Hi, welcome to Jadekine Gaming. My name is Adam, your game master for the second session of the Underland Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign. We have Austin, who is Erich. We have Ryan, who is Henwick. We have Bob, who is Kalidan. And Nick, who is Jimmy.
I thought he was Argyle.
No, his uncle was Argyle.
Oh, okay.
You should change your name to Argyle.
No, that would be very confusing for me.
We should all change our name to Argyle.
That would be even more confusing for me. Anyways, last time they found their way underground and are looking to get a little bit deeper, led by Henwick here, who's a deep gnome. They escaped from a Minotaur's territory and found themselves wandering a little bit down another path, and in going down, heard sort of an area with some water, and found themselves sort of at the top of basically a drop in the floor, with a couple hundred feet down to deep water below, and this ultimately finding it after they would almost tried resting at least once or twice before, decided good enough, and they got a safe distance from the pit, but still more or less with it, near it, decided to camp for the evening.
Mm-hmm. By the way, what was the weapon last enemy was using?
The Minotaur would be an axe.
And not a pick.
Yeah.
Because he's a Minotaur. instead of a Minotaur.
Or a Minotaur. How it's pronounced here in America.
Yes, I did bring that back just for this aside. You can continue.
Well,
And Nick falls off the cliff. That's tragic. So tragic.
Nick, you find yourself falling into the pit.
If only there was a Minotaur to save you.
Around you dives your dove and raven friends, fighting and pecking at each other in the air as they fall, falling far, far deeper for more. The raven pecking at the eyes of the dove trying to snag at the wings, and as you find yourself immersed in the water and they continue to dive deeper into the waves, they're picking at each other and fighting back and forth. The dove, plucking a wing or a feather from the raven, falling, you follow the feather as the two of them continue off into the distance, the darkness of the water, tumbling as they go. And the steel, the metal feather, shimmers as it rests on the floor deep at the water's bottom.
Man, that's some deep water. Deep was used like 9-10 times in there.
That and the birds are DBZ fighting in it.
Yes.
Yes. Fair.
Now, I'm guessing I wake up. Or am I actually fell off there and into the water?
Everyone, we'll just use this.
That thing you have for just such an occasion?
Paladin. After a good amount of sleep, you stir, hearing a pleasant whistling.
Okay, I wake up.
A weird echo as down in the cavern below, someone is whistling.
While they work.
Perhaps.
It's probably a Minotaur. I wake up someone else.
Well, let's hear your
I
story
wake up.
for Rouse.
I wake up Brian's character.
Right. Wake up, do I hear anything?
Yeah. Here.
No, I developed tinnitus.
Well, that's screaming now, do. Yeah, it seems that someone is in the cavern below, peaceful and blissful that anything would be around, just seeming to relax.
Okay.
You hear the echo of a very small bloop kind of splash.
Okay, I'm going to go and take a look. And I'm going to hide and peek over in that direction to see if I can catch a glance of whatever is making the noise.
With them being a couple hundred feet down, I will let you make a perception check at disadvantage.
It's okay.
Just throw that die.
So 9.
9.
So
9.
11.
11. You're not able to really make out what it is. You can tell someone is down there, but all you can really see is they have some sort of faint source of a glow, but not enough to really produce much light at all.
Am I able to, by the whatever silhouette of the individual or whatever's making the noise, am I able to gauge maybe about how big it is?
Smaller than the Minotaur, for sure. Could be a gnome, might be more human-sized, but somewhere within that kind of. So not exactly, but enough that you can kind of tell.
So under 12 feet, but definitely taller than 2 feet.
You got it.
So no, you can't tell.
Okay.
It's not a Tarrasque. You're positive.
What if it was a Tarrasque?
Alright, then I'll go back to the group and I'll wake these two up, but I'll be quiet and whatever, shush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there like, did he just shush me?
And so point to
Hey,
my
you! Shh! You make so much noise!
point to my ears and kind of start directing them towards the origin of the sounds.
Yeah, I'll get the same general. After a little bit of time,
So is
you
this a person down there?
you do hear some
But I figure we'll creep closer.
some work being done enough to tell to get the feeling. I'll just give it to you. You eventually, if you put in some time, figure out whoever it is fishing down there on the shore.
While he's been doing this, I've been checking the ledges around this hole in the wall down to the water, see if there's any paths down.
The hole is in the ceiling of the room above.
Okay.
So you would actually have to crawl out along the ceiling before you would get to any edges.
The room below. If it's on the hole in the ceiling of the room above us, then we can't even see it.
No. Water down here, dome, we're up here someplace.
Yes, but he said the hole was in the ceiling of the room above,
Yeah. We are looking through this hole.
which is the room below. If it was
Did
above
you know
us,
what?
we
Did you
wouldn't
know what
even
I
see the
mean?
hole.
Did you know what I mean?
I was legitimately confused there for a minute, so I figured it out.
You can figure it out. Okay, good. Then we can move on.
Well, I mean... So we don't have a way down?
Got rope.
There's always gravity.
Is there any higher ledges in the room below?
Not that you can see. Nothing that has any light, with it being as far up as it is.
Well, how fast moving is the water?
Well, it's more than it's a couple hundred feet down.
That doesn't sound lethal.
Yeah,
It really does.
This is like, standard video
hey.
game rules, right?
As a professional sailor, skydiver, and mountain climber, do I think this fall would kill me?
No, because you can cast a
survival
first
effect.
level spell and fly.
A first level spell that will scare the bejesus
Out of everything everywhere.
out of that guy fishing. Survival check? 7.
You don't see any reason why it would kill you.
Well, I mean, by all means.
Can
I'm going to
can-
take the shortcut down.
Can I also roll a
Right now,
survival
without
check?
figuring out.
Well, they said there's no path down. They want to, like, use rope.
You also know that there is someone in the room below.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I also roll a survival check?
It's like,
For
how
swan
trustworthy?
diving?
How trustworthy are people down here? Could we talk to 5?
Oh, no.
I'd say,
also,
well, it kind
yeah,
of depends on
8.
who it is. We're not able to, I don't know. Yeah,
I can make them out.
Yeah, see if you're able to pick it out and see who it is, and I might be able to give you a better gauge on them.
Yes. I look at the guy and it's like, tell us who you are. Message.
Well, how does my... Alright.
Okay, it's only 120 feet. It might not reach.
No, 120 feet would not reach.
Okay.
We could throw you off and you could message it on the way down.
But you would attempt to be casting it.
Mm-hmm.
What does the message say?
Material component, which I'm...
Yeah, carry on.
You point your finger, creature within range, whisper a message. And the target and only target hears the message and can rely on a whisper that only you can hear. Can pass through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know...
You
It's
do not get a
random.
response,
Mm-hmm.
but the whistling falters.
Really? Even the target and only the target hears this message?
Which, technically, the magic says the target and only the target can hear the message, so they can't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But even though the spell is not enough to carry the message to him, technically he can hear a disturbance from a whisper if he could normally hear a disturbance from a whisper.
From 200, 300 feet away.
In a very, in
In
the
the cavern where
cavern.
he is currently making noise.
Yep.
Inside of a natural echo chamber.
Yep.
His perception would have to be amazing.
Either that or he's treating this hole and dome as a giant megaphone that I'm whispering into.
So, we don't really have a plan.
No.
Well, he's fishing, so I'm sure he's trustworthy.
Whispered one?
I hear that from down there, or does he yell that out?
He, in a bit of a hushed tone, but with this cavernous system.
It's somebody, he says it. I reply in undercommon, like, who's there?
Hold on, I'm trying to think how I want to respond. I have a character here, and...
He's within bow.
by the way, do you know who he is referring to, or do you need me to give you a roll, because you would get one?
If you're referring to the pack thing I just took up and the Raven Queen thingy, then
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
Then no.
You may make a knowledge religion check with advantage.
Okay. 13 and 13. So 16.
16 is, that is one of Vecna's titles.
Ah.
So if you change how you respond, then you may, otherwise. If you simply say, you say...
Yeah, and it's like, I'll say to him, and it's like, would you tell the secrets that you hold?
I would never.
And it's like, then we're in good company. Say,
I start checking our packs, seeing how much rope we have. I don't have any. You?
I have 100 foot.
I have
Which is like 95 foot after I took the two bundles together.
50 feet.
50 feet. So 150 feet. You?
I have standard rope that comes with clit. I don't know
That's
how much.
feet.
Yeah, there you go, that much.
He also has like, I think, 10 feet of chain.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like we could get
210 feet.
We could get closer to the water if we're willing just to get, well, no,
I am not
you,
willing to abandon my rope.
no, you stay on top. We climb down, drop the last few feet. Then you hop off with the rope and fly the last 10 feet.
But I get to keep all the rope.
You can keep your 100 rope.
I don't know. What's in this for me? I don't even get to make a flashy entrance this way.
Yes, you do.
No, you've already made the entrance.
Well, he already knows we're here. We're whispering to him.
Oh, also, the Deep Gnomes apparently have their own god, whose name, Kalidan Smoothhands.
No. Not in the old religion book.
Oh, okay.
As I said, deities are...
Data certificate.
Oh, okay.
I cut off all of the other ones because it made it easier for me.
Which means they probably worship Curdle It's like they ain't gonna worship what's a Garl Glitter Gold.
The god of destroying caves.
He chose basic worshiper of Vecna. So he...
Not a bad choice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a necromancer, I'm an arcanist, what do you expect?
Hey, I worship Ouija, so you're not in bad company. After goddess of death.
I don't believe I do the worshiping.
No.
There's no
What?
penalty for that.
Yeah,
Right,
this isn't fair.
Are you saying anything else?
Yeah, he's like, I'll say whatever. I'm one of I'm one of the deep ones. We're trying to make our way back down. Can you give me an idea where we are about?
Now, if he goes along with your inspector, I'm one of the deep ones. Oh God, that's terrifying.
Why?
The deep ones are eldritch gods
Yeah.
in Cthulhu.
In D&D, they're called what was it, Koato or something. Whatever. There's a deep ones monster.
Yes.
You do not know of those.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Those are potentially relevant later. You don't know of those. Who?
Go around time. Knots in the rope.
You just dive in. You know, anchor style. You'd be real fine.
And it's like,
I have a lot of experience with this. You'd be fine.
I don't trust you, Flash, you sorcerer man.
Or do you?
I don't know. Do we have any sort of like code words for addressing each other in the?
I'm very persuasive. I have a lot of experience with freediving from great heights, and I'm pretty sure we'll be fine.
Do we have any sort of
I
like
am
shorthand that
24,
we can
sure,
say to
we'd
one
be
another?
Don't waste my healing.
I'm trying to figure out, based on religious, based on Vecna.
Yeah, sure.
But yes, no, I get a 24 in persuasion check to let everyone know that, no, I've done these cordials before. I'm very sure we'd be fine if we just dropped down into the water.
There are certainly
I'm going to roll
phrases
survival
utilizing the loss of the hand and eye.
Nobody's rolling survival
Cigarettes.
today.
Maimed lord.
check.
Is another term for Vecna.
Oh, okay, yeah. I say I'm one of Vecna's teeth, and I'm one of Vecna's teeth, and we're just looking to get our bearings here since we just came down from the surface. Could you give us a idea of where we are about?
He does. He gives a brief description. It puts you a lot closer to the city of Drow than you imagine. You have gone a lot further. You were taken a lot further north than you imagined. But he then sort of responds with the, and what are you venturing down here to accomplish?
I have my...
Yeah, you also know, obviously, if you have secrets, you're fine to keep secrets still.
It's like-
It's not exactly someone that's gonna...
Yeah, and it's like...
But if you want to try and use it, you can.
I tell him, and he's like, I'm involved in... I'm currently involved in uncovering some new secrets that have been hidden from me. So, I'm currently in the middle of my own investigation. So, once I learn of it, I'll...
Not
Vecna
telling
know?
I will tell them.
And he's like, well, once I learn of it, we'll all have some an expanded understanding of things. No, what of you?
I dread my task, but I have a great many secrets to keep hidden.
Now, while I'm sure you have the athleticism to do this, I've never done this before, therefore I feel it's safer to use the rope.
I spent time to convince everyone that it's fine. We can just jump in.
Like, diplomacy, 24 check. Versus all of our 9s.
Everyone else is like, I don't know how these dives work. I'm like, no, it's fine. You just got to get in, tuck the arms, straight down.
I mean, we do believe him.
Yeah, you do.
Is it?
But there's
athletics
also
or
a
acrobatics to
gnome
survive
sitting
this?
and talking at the edge of the
Oh.
hall.
And it's like,
Before we do, do you have a way for us to safely jump down?
yeah. Is there a way that we can get down from there?
And who is that?
Companion.
Companion, I am a worshipper of Ouijas.
You don't know they're talking about religion.
Aren't they talking in Undercommon?
Yep.
I don't know. Do any of you know Undercommon?
No.
No, I just assumed
boy.
I would have gotten key words like Vecna and stuff like that.
I speak.
You would have
giant.
heard Vecna.
Yeah.
I said Vecna.
It's like, Vecna's a god, I'll say Ouijas.
But you were currently being convinced that jumping through the hole is the best idea ever.
It'll be fine.
You hear a little bit of rustling, and the little bit of light you saw is now moving further away.
My bad.
And it's like, he's best left to, turning to them, I'm like, he's best left to his own devices. He's got his own work to take care of down here.
Great.
So, still go down the hole? Well, wait,
well-
I don't say that at all.
I actually would have... talking to him, I know that we've been... we're a bit further north than what I initially would have thought. I got mixed up whenever I was brought up.
In the
so-
bag, yeah.
So
Who knew? It's hard to keep track of traction.
he kind of gave me an idea where we are, as far as some location-wise. Directionally, I'm still not 100% sure. We'd have to figure that out, but we'd actually want to go further down south if we can start making our way there. Do we have any paths that I think might end up leading sort of more towards the south to where I think we should be going?
That river probably leads south.
Just assumption all rivers go south.
Well, I mean, one way or the other.
Except for the ones that go north.
Or east or west.
But mostly they go up, down.
I don't know. Did we want to make survival in order to try to determine compass direction?
So far, that hasn't worked out
Yeah,
for
sure.
people.
We'll do that.
17.
20.
And what are you trying to determine?
Which way is north?
Which way is north?
In a cave with no way to tell which way is north.
The moss closed on this side of the cavern.
As best as you can tell from what you knew when you came down here, because you probably knew where north was at the time, you know that for the most part you have been traveling south since you've...
But we need to go more south.
Yeah.
So we were really far north when we first got in.
Yeah, you had a couple of days.
Okay, so apparently we're already going in the right direction. So, and how deep was the actual from the ceiling to the water? Like
From where you are to the water, about 200 feet.
Well, we'll just use the rope and we can drop the last 50 feet as long as we, have some way of retrieving the rope. I suppose.
Which we do, which is Austin. But
And
he's
Austin's
been trying to
convince
But I'm
all
telling you,
this-
we can just drop down. We don't need to do all this rope time.
just for safety's sake.
I don't know, you're pretty convinced.
Yeah.
No, I'm convinced that it's possible. I'm also convinced the rope is safer. Rope safer.
What about you over there, strong silent type?
I have several compelling arguments that I cannot articulate.
20.
I'm just saying you haven't been known to wait for everyone to...
No, I'm starting to get twitchy.
Yeah.
20.
They're trying to discuss, do we go forward, do we go back, what do we do?
20 for go down rope.
Well, it may be safer, but it's not more fun.
I'm willing not to break my legs on water.
We can go the other way.
Athletics or acrobatics for surviving the jump?
I would allow either.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do athletics.
Okay.
As he just steps off the side. That's 5.
That's a 5, yeah. I got a really bad roll. I got
5 total?
10.
You got a 10? Oh. Oh no. Oh dear.
Wow.
I couldn't even do something cool like ride you down because that sonic damage would wreck me.
It isn't a ton of sonic.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
You're fine.
Was there a DC on that? Or was it just we're doing video game rules on water?
Just point at you, point at him. Now that's how it's done. And I follow him down.
Now, do you actually roll or do you fly like a bitch?
I'll make a roll.
Wow.
Now, does your...
I get a 21.
What spell do you cast to do that?
I don't. I'm just falling down.
You're just doing the thing?
I'm really sure that this is fine.
Go on. And was that athletics?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
got
take
21. Poosh! No, I convinced myself that, no, I know what I'm talking about.
Look who are
That's
you?
dangerous.
Kind of hate these guys.
Well,
Pack up all the stuff that they didn't pack up from camp.
All of my stuff's packed.
I got all my stuff.
Oh, okay.
and wrap up our stuff so it's not gonna.
It's like, yeah, water.
Yeah, particularly you with your
Yeah.
spell book.
And it's like I gotta wrap up this, gotta wrap up my book of lore, just wrap up my bag of sand so it doesn't go
Bag
off.
of wet sand.
So yeah, it's gonna be wet sand, but it's not gonna all fall out now.
Hey, I'm wet. You know what that means? I have a bloody playing card.
You do.
Huh?
His trinket, whatever it is.
My playing card bleeds.
He has a Knave of Hearts that bleeds from the neck when submerged in water.
So, I haul myself out onto the edge and lower myself down by my hands.
Because that 4 feet's going to make a difference.
It will! Put legs together,
Like,
drop.
Can I get on top of him and then jump off at the last moment?
No!
Does that work?
that is how physics works, and that won't actually work.
I don't know. I think I'd let you have disadvantage and give him advantage on the checks. You want to do that?
No. Acrobatics check.
Ryan, you suck at aiming at the box.
Yes, I do.
11.
It's new for him. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Just cursing as I hit the water.
Enough. Yeah, it hurts, but
You're fine.
at no point was that life-threatening.
16.
16 is fine.
Yeah.
Come up. I hate you all!
It's a good day and good night for a swim.
Also,
Just swim over to the shore.
No.
dreams have been cool so far. Swim over to shore, grab a rock. Intuition says this way. Light. Throw it in the water.
Gnome's dog paddle, right?
If you want to, you may.
So,
It gets very. I mean, at the point where it's it's deep water.
yeah.
You can faintly, from down here, you can faintly tell like where it landed, but you can't see from up here much detail about.
No shimmering things down there?
You wouldn't be enough for you to quite tell from up here.
I get out of the water.
Put my
quick.
stuff down. Give me a second.
And by the way, to point out, because you were quick, this is an immense underground lake, not an immediate river.
Ah, so it has no flow?
There's no discernible flow.
Oh. Well.
It's like, give me a second. I had a dream about this once. Go swim out over my light. Start slipping down to it. Hold breath.
And you may first make a, we'll call it, I don't know, is there anything for Constitution or just Constitution check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
15.
15. And you may make
Acrobatics?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
Terrible.
Plus 2. 13.
You do not find it, but you also realize that there is a large part of this lake that you were not able to search.
Mm-hmm. Come back up. It's like,
Don't go into the water.
why?
Well, there's things in the water down here.
You also saw no things.
I saw
You saw a few small fish.
I'd be cautious. Some of the things in the water is just as dangerous as the things in the caves.
Pitch posh.
Mm.
Worry wart.
I mean, it's like, well,
It's an isolated lake. How big could it be?
I would say not to trust the water down here.
If there's still fish in the lake, nothing in there can be that dangerous. Otherwise, they would have ate all the fish.
Just saying, he totally pulled a tomfool of a tooth move.
It's like,
Splash.
I'm gonna dive once more. Oh, I hear a splash?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
He is coming about Tom.
Okay. I'll try once more with another rock and another light.
Okay.
Only got 5 on the con,
Okay.
so I don't go very deep. But a natural 20 on the perception.
So you get 5 on your con.
Can I at least see the glint down there? Or anything cool, really.
You see an ice machine?
Actually, no, I don't want to do that. You see something shimmering below. You are directly above it. Do you persevere?
Yeah, I can go a little deeper.
You find something sword-ish, metal-ish thing at the bottom that you grasp.
Mm-hmm.
And you return to the surface, and you have a level of exhaustion.
But he's also the King of England.
Yeah.
Because he went deep enough that when he pulled out, he became the King of England.
Mm-hmm. Where's Our Lady?
That's the joke.
Just disadvantage on like everything, I think.
Yeah,
It's only one level of exhaustion.
Yeah, it's only one level. It's not.
No, then mine's 2 to everything.
Disadvantage on ability checks, specifically.
Yeah, it's like the first 2 levels are terrible.
Yeah. It's like, it's not combat destructive.
It's that third level that just wrecks you.
I just keep thinking, Vic, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fix exhaustion.
None of us can.
I mean, maybe a little lightning would perk you up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And when you do return to the surface, you have, for lack of, at this point we'll call it a longsword that is the appearance of a very large feather.
I knew
Very
my
large
dreams didn't
metal
lie to me.
feather. And at this point, yes, that is a complete confirmation that there is something.
In my dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
That's a point.
It comes with a handle and everything, like the actual pin that goes into the bird as a handle.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Feather blade.
As far as anything else about it, you'll have to figure out later.
I don't have detect magic.
I do.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm guessing the rest of you are drying off up on shore.
Yep.
Yeah. As
Press
he's
the
swimming
device.
around. Yeah. That was easy.
I give him a tap.
Prestidigitation.
Everyone prestidigitation. Cantrips are the best.
Everyone's dry.
Make sure to prestidigitate your book.
Yep.
Try the sand.
Yeah.
Clean off all my stuff.
So you're currently blind.
What?
No light.
There's a light out in the water. Put a new light on your torch or your shield.
My shield,
Yeah.
And the
Start looking.
And
around
which
the room.
way at
We've got extra.
Illuminate with the light now shines off of a new sword that he has in his hand.
It's like we can take a look at that later once we make our way away.
I saw it in a dream.
Well, if you have prophetic dreams, you might have some sort of knack for divinations, so stay close and you might be able to prevent some sort of disaster from befalling us.
There's sort of a shore and a small edge, but you kind of came up basically on the shore near where whoever was down here had been, as it sort of slopes into the water. But there are other areas where there's a bit of a rocky edge that can go mostly around this lake down here.
Speaking of the guy who was down here, I take a look and see if I can, if I spot any remnants of his presence.
Okay.
Tracks or anything on the stone floor?
Right. Do I see anything immediately or
no?
So 5. So 7 if...
So, and you're just basically looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
12 if it's passive.
It's
Well,
not.
you wouldn't have had to roll.
Yeah. You would have seen it.
And
So look around, it's like you said, south, and from what Bob was saying earlier, try to figure out which direction's south from the hole.
And that is assuming that your immediate destination is going to be the Gnome City.
I'm we are near the Drow City as far as kind of our general location. But
Well, how likely is it his cousin, brother, uncle? Yeah, no, I just look at you and say these other things. I was like, his friend would have gone to the Drow City.
it would have been the...
that there are other races are always second-class citizens, but they are a lot more welcome there than outsiders are in your home.
Yeah.
There are a number of gnomes that get kicked out, and that's where they end up living. There's definitely enmity between the two cities, but in general, as far as an individual is concerned, they're looked down on, but you're not really going to be much lower than any male drow is.
And it's like, well, we won't be treated well, but we might be able to look around the town and see if we can get hide or hair of him.
Well, to help him out, I figure we can check that first and see if I have any more dreams about which way to go.
And it's like, it'd be the nearest location where we actually have a good number of people to check with.
Which direction is it, do you know?
And I'm like, well, given kind of the
You do.
Yeah, and description again.
You more or less, once from down here, you've been in this cavern before.
I'm like, yeah, I know the way.
Yeah. Well, let's head off to Drow City.
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
Yeah. You are much more amongst the part now where you have gone, when you have gone for contacts or things that you need, so.
Because no one likes wearing glasses.
You got it. That's 100% what I meant. Everybody knows it. Couldn't have any other meaning for contacts.
And now I'm just thinking of a bunch of really bro drow walking around in sunglasses and just yelling "deal with it" all the time, just trying to, prove they're not lower class citizens.
In which case they instantly get whipped by the first female priestess walking by.
Lolith hates you!
But my cool shades! I wear my sunglasses at night, or in a cavern.
Which may or may not be during nighttime.
I still don't know how to see the reflection in my eyes.
Yeah. But yes, you start heading in that direction. You do anything else in here before you leave?
It's like, do you want to try to... I don't have any fishing gear on me, and they're really small fish. If we want to get more... how many days is it from here? Do we want to try to catch fish for rations?
2 days.
I got enough for rations. How about you, sorcerer?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
It's like, I turn
You
to
look at me and expect me to say something.
No, I look at you expecting you to nod yes or no to the question I'm passing around. Okay.
Well, I'll ask these guys. I'm like, the guy here, could you guys take a moment to check and see if he left anything?
Sure.
Okay.
I wasn't able to find
Split up and
anything.
comb the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out my pick. He said to comb the desert.
16. Yeah. Search.
So that'd be perception.
Yeah, that one.
I got 12. No, wait. 13.
Do you even try?
Nope. 14.
I get a
Wait.
passive 10.
I got 11 plus 3.
I tried that hard.
It's like, I'm looking at the 9, it's like, wait,
Well,
what?
that's after I picked it up. I rolled in the box.
Nope.
Okay.
Then yeah, we go ahead and head out.
Bob in the lead with his light.
I don't know where we're going. Why would I be in the lead?
Because you have
very
a light.
large.
Yeah, but the dude with dark vision doesn't need the light.
Yeah, he does, to give him extra distance.
I can poke at you and point the way.
Remember, we're still at disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
In pure
In
darkness.
pure darkness, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, for the most part, you make your way.
Because that gives us, what, 90 feet?
What?
The light. Because our dark vision won't kick in till the dim light? Or would it not kick in till...
No, it's from you.
Oh, okay.
No, there aren't usually that large of areas that are dim light.
So that would still put me at the person who can see the furthest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
No.
definitely.
You have super racial dark vision?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got 120.
Yeah. I did not dip into Warlock enough to get super Warlock dark vision.
Hey, you get invocations at 2.
Mm-hmm.
But you take agonizing blast.
But yeah, you walk on, and after more or less 8 hours, you do come across the first non-just cave thing. It does look like some sort of leather cloak or bag or something was sort of left along the side of the path, sort of crumpled up between a few rocks.
But
Toss a rock at it?
we've been traveling for 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's like, give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Spend 10 minutes to do my detect magic ritual.
Okay.
I look at his sword.
His sword is magic.
I'm like, can I make a knowledge arcana check to maybe figure out anything about it?
I forget exactly what it does. I think what you get to know what the school would be.
Yes. Probably.
30 feet. If you sense magic this way, you can use an action to see a faint aura around a visible creature or object in an area that bears magic. And learn the school of magic, if any. Can penetrate most barriers blocked by stone, wood,
It's
etc.
going to have 22. I want to say maybe one of them is
I think pluses
Abjuration.
are pluses just universal.
But the other one is certainly divination. Definitely divination, and then there's another one that's quite weak. Maybe abjuration.
You
So-
identify.
Identify, I don't think, does what you think.
No, you're thinking of Pathfinder's identify. D&D identify does do what you think it does.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you have that pearl?
Pearl? No. And an owl feather.
Yes.
Well, I always consider those to be taken up by your focus, right?
What's your arcane focus, Ryan?
Spell component bag.
Oh, well, then you have alpha. I don't know how you imported them down here, but...
You'd be surprised at things that count as alpha.
Oh, okay.
And powerful wizards make bears to collect them from. See?
Yeah.
Bear magic.
Yeah, so...
But yeah, if am I able to make a knowledge arcana check to determine any more information about the properties of his sword?
Not really, no.
No. Okay.
Yep, if you want to know stuff, you gotta do the identify.
Okay. I go within 30 feet and look at the bag and see if it has any magical auras.
The pouch we all just stopped for.
Yeah.
So are the rest of you also sort of looking over at that?
Yeah, it's
No.
like he told me not to throw a rock at it. So I'm sitting there looking at that and looking back up and down the tunnel.
I'm looking up and down the tunnel to see if anyone's coming up. Not paying
So you're
attention
looking
to the
at
pouch.
that.
We all don't need to be staring at the same thing.
Yeah.
No? And it does not... I don't know. It looks like there are probably a couple small points of magic within it.
I'm like, that the bag has some very, very faint magical points that I can see in it. So, yeah, okay.
I go and get the bag.
Yeah, let's go and
Okay.
take a
So
look
you
at
go
the
and take a bag? Okay.
I'd like to state once again, I am just on guard, not hanging out next to the bag that's going to totally explode.
Still looking up and down things like this feels trappy to me, but
Oh, incredibly trappy.
I've been in a few traps in my time.
The best way to know if it's a trap
Is a spring. Yeah.
So I move forward and I grab the bag.
That's 21 hit.
Yes. My AC is 12.
As you go to grab the bag unfurls, the leathery appearance being a little more exposed as the cloaker that it is, and it bites into you, dealing 10 piercing damage, and...
Hey, but at least you're in position to actually use all your spells effectively as you run away.
That's true.
The bigger issue is if it does poison and it drops you.
Maybe. I got 4 HP.
Mm-hmm.
and basically attaches itself to you.
It's not grappling me?
It is not grappling, it is attached to you. You are still free to move as you so please while it is attached to you, so not technically a grapple. And rather than assume this is going by very, very quickly and I don't need to, let's just start with initiatives now.
Yeah.
10.
Also 10.
Also 10.
19.
I have +2 dex.
Plus 2 to dex.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Yeah, by the way, all your dexes are 14. I don't know if you guys all knew that. But it also doesn't matter. If you're on the same team, you go all at the same time, that's fine.
Oh, there you
Can I see whatever book my race is in?
go. No.
Is it one of those? It's not. I have some racial healing. I just want to make sure I use up 4 spells.
We are recording.
We've been
We
recording
ought to
this
be.
whole
That's,
time.
that's what we do here.
That's it. You just turned on the record.
Yes.
Normally it just stays off.
The audience would know because of the
It
viewership.
just switched cameras.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
However, he didn't switch cameras to the Starfade, which I think is a real shame.
Pow!
Starfade is powerful stuff. That's where the real magic happens. You gotta start fading in and out.
That's cool. The actual pages are a different color to indicate racial ones. Or, player ones. I did not know that.
What's actually yeah, they're actually based on the colors of the different books. Like, for example, the monster section is the same color as the monster manual. Yeah, it's very nice. And the thing that is now wrapping itself
okay.
around Erich...
2. I could heal you 2 points with my healing thing. It's just equal to my level.
Wrapping itself around Erich, starts sending out some sort of wailing moan. And everyone
It gets 2
needs
turns.
a wisdom save. It had a surprise round, and then it rolled better than all of you on its initiative.
I got a 9.
Is it magical?
I am going to assume that it is some sort of magical effect. Why?
Because I get advantage on wisdom, intelligence, and charisma saves if it comes from a magic source.
I got a 14.
6.
No, I guess it would not technically be from a magic source.
It's like, I technically want this to come from a spell and or spell-like ability, not just a thing this creature does.
Yeah, it is just the thing. What was yours?
14.
14? You're fine.
I got a 6.
Okay, well, you two are not.
To 14.
14, you're fine. Okay, so you guys are fine. You guys are both frightened.
It's very scary.
Is frightened run away or -2?
Which one of what?
Yeah. Advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic.
Has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Okay, so disadvantage. So I can still attack and do other stuff, but I can't
as long as
go
you're
closer.
Yeah. And those of you with success are immune for 24 hours.
Neat.
Otherwise, Henwick.
Alright. So it's attached to Erich.
It is.
Alright, I'm going to throw a firebolt at it. 10.
10 to hit, misses.
Okay.
The other three of you.
Thunderwave.
Yeah. It's like,
My turn.
yeah, you can go first, see if it can dislodge it.
How far away am I from everyone else?
Like 30 feet?
I back up.
I'm checking to make sure before I drop a.
Yeah, with my movement, I back over to some stalagmites.
How far away am I from everybody else?
Did you all get up really close?
No, he went forward, and we all felt this was trappy, and he got ensnared.
Then you're good distance.
Ah, then yes, I Thunderwave. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
14 like the rest of us?
DC 14.
It's fine.
And it takes a D8 of thunder damage.
1.
Takes 1 thunder damage, and is pushed 10 feet away from me. Wait, nope, it succeeded the save. It isn't pushed.
Otherwise, that would be a good.
Yeah, no.
It's like, but how do I have you
So
drag
is it
it?
attached to me?
Yes, it
So
is
can
attached.
I move?
You can move. Yes.
Don't come towards us, we're afraid.
Well, you can't move closer, but you don't have to run away. So I see no reason not to bring it. You can bring it over to you.
Yeah.
The thing that is possessing your friend is using it to come closer to you.
Out of panic, fairy fire. Just on both Austin and it.
Wait, no. Austin, you've got it attached to you, right?
It's on my arm.
Well, use your movement to go and lay down. If you're prone, we can get advantage on attacks and melee against you.
Well, I panic fairy fire. You're already getting advantage on attacks and stuff.
Yeah. I think
That's
that's
fine.
a dex save, though.
Yes, each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue and green and violet, or your choice,
Yeah, your choice of those colors.
violet. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is outlined in light as if it fails a dex saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light for 10 feet. And attacks and stuff get advantage against it. Its dex saving throw is 14.
I made 21.
Well, you are not outlined.
How's its dex?
Its dex is but I'm going to go ahead and say it moves along with the thing it's attached to. So if he gets out of the way, then
Wait, if I don't go out of the way, does it take the hit?
it does.
I'll take it then.
Okay, you're both outlined.
I think that's nonsense, but I'll take it.
I'm okay with that.
I move 30 feet closer to everybody.
Okay.
So he's within range of you.
If I use my bonus action to gain 10 feet speed, can I then move another 10 feet? Because I gain a 10-foot fly speed.
I think 30 foot will put you with us already.
Would it?
No, when you have a 10-foot fly speed, then that doesn't add additional speed. That means 10 feet of your movement can be flight.
Then yeah, I just move 30 for normal.
And just with your arm out, make it stop!
Right, Thunder Wave's a 300-foot noise.
So, on the bright side,
Boom!
you have a disadvantage on it, but you also have advantage on it if you swing on it.
Which means you just swing normal.
Yeah.
Swing? Is he within range now?
What is your range?
I have it's
When
an
I moved
axe.
30 feet, was I able to get next to them?
Would you be able to without damaging them with your cantrip?
I moved after I cast the cantrip.
I know. What was the range on your cantrip?
15 foot.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. Then yeah.
We
It's next
established
Basically, I had to make sure that you wouldn't have been damaged and for him to have to. Otherwise, I'm fine with that's
24. Is that a hit?
yes.
Good. I roll these dice. He takes 1, 4, 6 damage.
You take 3 damage.
I'm fine.
You have 1 health.
Yeah, which is more than 0.
It's a lot more than 0.
I could action surge and hit it again.
You could.
Might be a good plan.
I mean,
Are that actually in the rules as far as that? Attached people take half damage?
Oh, by the way, this thing is ridiculously more powerful than you guys should be fighting.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
okay, then I'm going to action surge and hit it again.
Okay.
Attempt to hit it again.
Natural 20.
Nice.
That's gonna hit.
Crit. Double die.
4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 16 damage.
8 is more than 1. I fall down.
And if I remember correctly, double advantage plus a disadvantage still does not equal advantage, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You can have 1,000 advantage, 1 disadvantage, normal attack.
Okay.
What are you getting disadvantage from? Oh, from the whale?
Fear, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that only a turn or...
It's until the end of its turn.
Oh, okay.
For the record, and I move away from it.
You don't
You don't have
move
to.
away.
I choose to.
Oh, okay.
So I move 30 feet away from it.
Yes. I ended my... No, you would have gotten closer after that, but yeah.
It continues to eat you. Take a death save. Ryan.
Nope. Do I know how to... Would my character know how to get these creatures detached without hurting Austin?
You may make... what would that probably be?
Arcana, history...
Yeah. And you may have advantage on that.
Nature.
To...
Really too high, man. You just drop it in there.
He's not used to the box.
21.
21?
What is this?
That's Vex.
Oh.
Yeah, you definitely, you know that they have basically abilities to create duplicates of themselves. They have some illusional powers themselves. You know that they are sensitive to light.
How did he get... my
He
shield
literally was dragged over to you.
My shield's blasted.
I'm like...
Well, he's also emitting faint light right now, too.
Is my minor illusion able to create light?
No.
Prestidigitation can.
Yeah, probably nothing more bright than what,
You need like daylight, man.
Oh, it's like... Are we talking powerful light or just any light?
Well, then it has sensitivity to light.
So just a disadvantage.
It was next to light.
But it's in
Okay.
bright light kind of thing.
Well, I go ahead and shout out that it becomes weaker in bright light. But I hit it with Firebolt.
Technically, a little bit of light there.
Alright, it's 21.
Okay, hit.
Alright. 7.
I drew a boat.
You have another failed death save. I suggest one of you goes before him.
Yes.
Well, it's my
You
turn.
are neither frightened now.
Yeah, okay. My turn. I
Their
go
turns
over...
first.
Well,
Yeah.
it's my turn, though.
Their turns first.
I'm taking my turn first,
I wanna
Austin.
I wanna
I'm not
tempt
letting you die.
I want to tempt fate.
I'm not letting you.
Ryan's turn.
No.
Why can't I have
Nick's
fate?
turn. And we had a power outage. Files should be safe on the nice camera, so maybe that's what you've gotten so far. But technically, hopefully I can recover the rest of the file, and this is a really weird interruption to mid-session do a recap. But basically, if we haven't had much information this session, about an hour in, Nick had a dream. They talked a bit to someone that was fishing down in the hole beneath the cavern they slept in.
Who worship Vecna?
Found out he has something to prevent secrets from being discovered, but scared him off by mentioning other gods and that he wasn't just speaking to someone alone.
Mm-hmm.
They all jumped down 200 feet into the water and it was fine.
Yes,
It was
as I knew it was.
after being persuaded that it would be fine, and by a very intelligent individual.
An expert in free diving from great heights.
Of course. From there, Jimmy explored the water until he found the feather blade that he had seen somewhat in his dream.
And it has abjuration and divination auras on it.
Yes. They made which they found out after making the decision to go to the Drow city, which is closer, making their way like 8 hours towards really crinkly noises.
Trying to make you quit.
After making like an 8-hour trip, finding a leather cloak bag looking thing, using detect magic, which is when he finally found out what's going on with the blade, as well as finding that there are a few auras beneath this incredibly powerful monster that they are now engaged in a fight with. It has Erich unconscious with 2 failures, and we're now to...
Let's be fair. A good chunk of that damage came from these two.
Yeah.
No, like, only 4 of it did.
Oh, yeah.
4 of it and 1 of those saves. I mean, almost half.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Well, he stops me from rolling a natural 1 on my 3rd death.
No, literally, the power going out stopped you from rolling a natural.
Yeah.
Because that would be a natural 1.
Yeah.
And that would have killed you. But instead, time is...
Just for the power grid.
How permanent is death?
Alright. I can go bend down, cast Cure Wounds, which is E8 plus stat.
Fight it, Vic. Fight it.
9. You're awake and have 9 health. And we've reset your death counter for when you go down again, because we're going to keep wailing on this thing on your body.
Unless you
Is it
can
now?
clap it
Is it
off.
my turn since I was running for making a saving throw?
Sure. Unless you want it to be Bob's
Clap it
turn.
off.
Thunderwave?
Do it. Do it. Clap it off.
Is that the smaller one?
No.
I will, if you'll give me just a second.
It's not. But my other spell is a concentration.
Yeah, you don't bother.
You have Shocking Grasp. I bet you can't miss.
You really wanna?
No, given that he didn't allow it to make its own death.
including the target, can take its action to detach the cloaker by succeeding on a DC 16 strength check.
And that's what he specifically asked for when he made his knowledge check.
Well, now everyone knows.
You can just tear it off, hey?
Alright.
Well, I don't have the capacity for making a DC 16 strength check. So I'm just gonna zap it.
And deal yourself damage or put yourself unconscious? Because he still takes half the damage you take.
I didn't take half the damage when I thunderwaved it.
It doesn't specifically say he doesn't, but I cannot logically have, based on the way that this is theoretically transferring the damage, I cannot logically make him take damage from when he's attacking from inside of it.
Mm-hmm. But did you tell us that we could pull it off in your spiel earlier?
You guys figured it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all know that now.
Huh. Bob still has his turn in 30 foot of movement.
I have an axe. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, but my only level 1 spells are Thunderwave and Witch Bolt. I really feel like I should be Thunderwave.
You can shocking grasp, man. I'm almost positive that he didn't give it a separate dex check to avoid my thing. Shocking grasp is going to auto hit.
Well, it's just a melee attack.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you are touching it in melee. Roast its teeth off. Yes, no.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, because I
Witch Bolt,
interrupted
but the
you.
damage isn't very high.
I was chewing on a fingernail. I wasn't going to say anything.
Some of them can talk.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Sucking over
You-
things
you
that
have
might be
advantage on
relevant
it?
for you to...
On the attack, yeah.
wait, does that specify?
So we know that the
Any attack rolled against it, in fact, the creature has advantage. If the attacker can see it.
You still have advantage.
Yeah, I will just use Shocking Grasp so I don't damage my ally.
Well, you have advantage for that.
I have disadvantage. Don't I? I'm not frightened.
Yeah, you were never frightened.
That's right, I'm not
No
scared.
one's frightened anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
See, you totally would have made that strength check, though.
I get a 24.
A 24
23.
hits.
I get 2 damage.
You get 2 damage or it gets 2 damage?
I deal 2 damage.
Okay, good. Just gonna say. It's like, wait, were you attacking yourself?
I move closer to the Goliath.
Just run out!
Stop running away from me!
You're no longer afraid of it.
I know.
It's your turn, too.
Did he catch up to me? We have the same movement speed, so I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to rip it off.
Okay.
I succeed in ripping it off.
Roll of 17 plus his strength, which is his stat.
Now it's on you.
Can I now grenade it across the room?
That was your action. Do you have something that you can do without using an action?
You can action.
He already action surged. You could heal yourself.
You can use your movement to drag the creature now that you're grappling it.
He's not grappling it.
It just fell to the ground, I assume.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did.
I'm going to move away from it
Okay.
and point my shiny bright shield in its face.
Well, there's an attack of opportunity to latch on to the thing that just walked away from
Oh.
me.
You shocking grasp it.
That's right, it can't make reactions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because it was totally going to attack.
Go use my shiny shield on it as I move
Yeah,
away.
it can't make reactions this turn.
Shocking Grasp is just a fun spell. Lightning! Lightning hands, yeah!
So as you guys, and it's turn.
Has Shat Brighting Light pointed at it. Or whatever disadvantage that makes it have.
He has bright light. Does anyone else have bright light?
Vic's on fire.
Vic has dim light.
Dim light.
Oh yeah.
It also has dim light. But no.
Dim light
Me and
comes
him are
from-
30 feet away.
I'm hiding in some stalagmites.
He's
Well,
like, I'm
it can
winning.
fly 40 feet, so Jimmy.
Hey, it left my attack range. I do have reactions.
What?
Shocking grasp.
No.
Am I allowed to?
No.
Or
No.
you can tell my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you couldn't reaction that anyways.
Yeah, it's not a reaction.
I need Warcaster to do that.
I don't even think that does it.
That's
There's a
a
feat like
Yeah,
this
no,
spell.
Warcaster allows you to do that.
Ah.
I dagger it. I have a dagger. I'd get a 16.
You have advantage. See if you get the natural 20. No. Hey! This was a possibility.
If you rolled a 10 for Vic, that's basically a natural 20.
I do a
Full
D4 plus
2.
1. No, Dex.
oh yeah, it's finessable. Not just strength. Yes, 6 damage. That's done more than all
A
my spells
little
combined.
bit of me is wondering if you... I mean, because it can really take you down pretty easily. I don't know. We'll just see. Anyways, did 19 hit?
Yes.
That would hit all of us.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to ask.
I guess you are. That doesn't mean I'm not going to comment
I
on
mean,
it.
you have like all your ACs right there.
10 piercing damage, and it attaches to you.
Yes. Then it goes around.
Yep. Henwick.
Don't hit me.
Hit him. He'll be fine.
I will not be fine, and I'm the healer.
God will
In
protect you.
particular, if you're using a cantrip, you can hold a spell for
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hold.
for it to be removed, for some other trigger.
Yeah, I'll have somebody attempt to make a removal check first. So I'll hold.
Yeah, you just cast it. Yeah, because it's like technically you expend the spell to do that, but when it's a cantrip, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So the groups.
I'll go first. Dissonant whispers. Let go of me. You're so afraid. Wisdom check.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Yes.
Probably gonna look back.
Should have maxed it.
14.
That didn't
17.
affect saving throws.
Okay.
That's right.
Yes.
Would have been useless.
So. So 7 damage.
And how is that worded? What does it do?
It is psychic damage.
Okay. You knew what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, is there any logical way that this is also hurting you?
No.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast my Hex Splitter's Hex on it.
What's that? Oh.
If it dies...
That's an ability, yep.
Yeah, if it dies, I regain hit points.
You?
Mm-hmm. But your guys' turn. Please, I do say during mine, pull it off. Don't hurt me with it.
Didn't run away.
No, you made the save.
If you roll for damage, that doesn't, by the way, have to be physical damage. That is damage rolls. So just remember that.
Okay.
That was a save, so that one wouldn't have.
Is it roll to hit or just?
It says any attack roll you make against the cursed target is a critical hit, so that would include spell attacks.
Yeah.
Just things to remember.
Yeah, I know the. So is the plus proficiency all damage or just?
Gain bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target equal to proficiency. So if you have to roll 4 damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, 1 more damage on it.
Nope, you did it in the wrong order.
Okay, if we want to play that way.
I do want to play that way. That's why I bothered to tell you that.
Is it because it has 1 health?
No, it's quite a bit of.
I'm going to go over and pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you?
I am.
Spell triggered.
Yeah. I'm holding it super still.
Advantage. You can crit too.
So 15,
Yeah,
so 20.
Win the back.
3 damage.
Doesn't this, whole grabbing it thing count as a grapple attack?
No, you just pull
You're
it
not
off and
grabbing
it
it.
drops to the ground.
Yeah, you're basically dislodging it and pushing it away.
Brightlight at it.
Yeah.
Witch Bolt. How close is it? I get within 30 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack it with Witch Bolt.
Advantage.
I got a 9. Or a 6. I'm going to take the plus 6 for 15.
On the 9, though, right?
It does a D12. 8 damage. 8 lightning! As there is now a sparking bolt of electricity tying us together.
Oh, you're doing your Emperor Palpatine. Yeah!
Yeah. Also, I spend a bonus action
For what?
to spend sorcery points to get a spell slot back. Because there's literally nothing else they are good for at this level. It is literally just 1 more spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
And I get 1 back.
And how close did you get to it?
30 feet.
What is the distance on the spell?
30 feet.
Do you have to be within that, or is it just linked afterwards?
if he leaves the distance, that's the only way he can make it end. Which is why I asked Huck.
If there's ever a sudden spell's range, I get within 20 feet.
Okay.
I mean, it can move further than I can move anyway, but I'm going to get a little close.
Yeah. So it doesn't just backtrack once and come hit us. So me, it, and Bob are together.
Yeah, no, it, you're still basically back closer to where it was originally, right?
I went,
And you guys are more or less all...
yeah, I ran off and I'm hiding behind some stalactites.
Okay.
From where I ran
it kind
over.
of goes a bit up and over the
Attacks!
Yeah.
Grapple.
You make an attack of opportunity.
I'm going to try and grapple it with my attack of opportunity.
I don't believe you can, but...
Why not? That'd be super useful.
Well, it would be. It seems like the kind of thing that would need some other ability for that.
There is no grapple, you can only grab.
Oh. Wait, can I grab it?
16 to hit.
Yes.
8, 10 damage.
Okay. Do you attack?
We're seeing if I can grab it.
Well, he's saying you can't.
No. Okay, well, I'm just going to hit with my axe then.
Okay.
Out of protest. A 17 or a 15. I'll take the 17. It
Hit.
doesn't add any damage, but... 8, 9, 10... 13 damage. Yes. 8 plus 5 is 13.
For a moment, I felt like I was having it try and flee early. No, it's pretty much doing the best it can do, as it now
Where do you get the
proceeds to
extra
move an
plus
extra about
Duelist.
70 feet just away back up from the way that you guys came from.
Like, is the ceiling here high? It just flew straight up?
No, it's moving away. It's not incredibly high, but it's...
So it's fleeing towards the lake?
yeah.
Is it my turn again?
Right.
Yeah, I'll move, I'll chase after it and I'll shoot a firebolt at it. 12, 17 to hit. 10 damage.
No, you couldn't. You can only make a melee attack with an attack opportunity. Which is why you can't make spell attacks. Because they are not melee.
Long ago.
Because it's given off its own light.
It so kindly is illuminated. I roll
Although, what's the
150 feet on
is standard?
is the standard range, which I, of course, move
Yeah.
30 feet forward and start shooting at it. I got 19, so... it's dex, so it's 23 to hit. And do you get dex damage on the bows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then 5 damage.
Run
It
forward.
flies down to the ground.
Yeah. Run forward. Still illuminated. Eldritch Blast.
I don't trust it! It just flew to the ground, but not its turn, and you didn't...
It flew to the ground! It didn't flutter, didn't fall, it flew! Eldritch Blast! 16 to hit. And 3 damage. But still keep moving towards it.
Did
I have a
Did it leave the range of the witch bolt?
Yes, it did.
Just making sure.
As I'm running, yes, still me, I'll cast a...
Wait, did Nick get his health back from the Warlock curse?
He did.
Yeah!
But you knew it was dead.
Yeah, okay. Level plus chop.
At that point, you knew it was dead.
Lock level plus chop. So 1 plus... I get 5.
What?
Just stare around. Do I set the curse on any of you? No.
How long does the curse last?
Like a minute, but I can reset it after it goes, if my target dies. You're still pretty hurt. Yeah, I'll save it for you.
Do I know of any alchemical components that can be retrieved from the corpse of the Dark Mantle?
I go and search where it was. Where it was hiding originally.
I'm taking the light.
Nothing alchemical. It can technically be treated and made into
A leather bag.
leather.
I'm like,
It can be a cloak.
and it's like, it can be leathered, but it has no magical significance. Even though it was slightly magical, so it might have some oddity to it.
Or be
What was it magical?
sitting on.
It had the ability to basically cast a spell.
Ah, okay.
I carry it with us to the Drow town.
Well, he's busy.
Who?
Austin, searching where it was.
Why?
He's getting the magical stuff it was sitting on top of.
Yeah, it was sitting on magic stuff. We know that much. That's why we went to grab it.
What's this we business? You went to grab it while the rest of us went, that's a bad
The
idea.
Galak makes a good point. All of the stuff is mine.
You won't be that hard to put back down.
Yeah, it has like 4 health.
I have 9 health.
Oh.
You healed me for 9.
Oh, then we are almost even. I could probably use my thing on myself.
Yeah, it's like, you healed me for 9.
I'm just thinking of your Pathfinder character laughing at, oh, I got 9 health. And your Pathfinder character had like over 200.
Yeah. That character's tanky and also higher level.
Mm-hmm.
You get a potion of greater healing.
Do I know it's a potion of greater healing?
No, but I'm telling you so you can write it down. You probably, with a little help from him, know that it's a health potion. And I don't want to forget, so greater.
Oh, the ones that we don't make fun of as hard?
Some of those potions are
Right now, they're all useful for you.
Oh yeah, at this level, just to get someone back up, they're useful.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I did think it was nice to do something like that. Because it's on my list here and funny. And there is also a cloak beneath.
a regular cloak?
There is some sort of cloak underneath there. Yeah. It's, well, let's describe. What is it all right?
It's a Cloak of the Bat. I'm just saying,
Like,
I get the cloak. I argue that I get to make the whooshy noises. As a cloak, I make the whooshy noises.
Yes, but how? I can see you just slapping the cape back and forth, but then if you actually make the
It's
noise...
like a pretty standard stock, sort of brown, dark brown kind of cloak.
But I'm guessing it's like if we take a moment...
Is it magic?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So,
so, if you believe in magic.
Rock, paper, scissors on who gets to
Young
heal.
girls are.
You do?
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Please. You should have seen me after
Oh,
our
you-
battle
you
with
could
the
just say
with the
that.
Baran pirates. More blood than you'd ever imagine coming out
He
of my
has
body.
14... It's like at 19 I feel I could actually take a hit and still be up. At 10, less so.
If it was you, then I would say give it to you.
Yeah. Because a short rest will give me back my... one of them. So.
Yeah. You rolled a 1.
Hey, that's still 5.
That's all they heals.
And I'm still sitting on a pocket wake-up from race of 2 HP. Because that is literally the only thing I can think of. That's what that's for.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, if someone was literally down 2, just cap you off.
No, at that point, I would let them be down to still save it for the pocket wake-up.
The ability to clear death saves is really potent.
Yeah.
So is this cloak magic?
Look
Take
at
your
it.
time.
Yeah, well, I don't have to. It's a 10-minute duration. I just cast it before we
And you
started.
didn't do anything concentration-y?
No.
Okay. Then yeah.
He didn't take damage.
Yeah, it's still magic.
Yeah, yeah, it's magic. What kind of auras does it give off?
Transmutation? Illusion.
Illusionary magic.
So it's not really there?
Or it can change your face.
Well, if it can turn fancy, it's mine. I want it. Being fancy is important.
Let me. You mind? And take it, put it on, try to activate it.
Okay. Do you want to do something, or do you want to make an Arcana check?
I'll make an Arcana check to see if I can activate it.
You don't want to fighter test it?
17.
17? Sure. Yeah, you're able to sort of shift it from its dark brown and get it to, just not quite sure what you're doing, but everyone can kind of tell, as long as there's lights around it, it sort of goes into like a bit of a royal blue.
Try being rock.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can manually change its colors into whatever, something more rock-looking or green.
You're able to, with a bit of work, a lot harder, you're able to get a green, yeah.
But not rocky.
Am I able to do textures or any sort of pattern?
You're not quite sure how, but you're not positive that you couldn't.
So, possibly an elf cloak.
It seems to be a cloak.
That can, indeed, turn fancy.
Change colors and stuff, if you think about it. I give her an
24 hours to
impression
see
of
if
what
it
I
works
was
out
doing
better.
to activate it.
I was just saying, a lot of the magical items are in this version of D&D are like medication in your doctor's office. Take two, call me in the morning.
Do we want to sit here for an hour, heal up some stuff, and attune to it?
I'll play with it when we travel.
Isn't that like a 24-hour deal? Or was it 8 hours?
An hour.
Hour.
It's an hour?
It's a short rest.
Oh, okay.
Short rest do it too.
Yep. It's like I've thought about magic items a lot. I haven't had one before. Well, I do now, I guess, but...
Attune!
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, yes, I will.
Yeah, but short rest real quick to
Yeah, we can take a short rest.
camp out by its spot and regain a spell slot from Warlock.
Get back my action surge.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend hit dice if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, I'm fine.
Can't lose. I can lose. I wasted one.
Is it plus con or just the die?
I don't know.
It's been so long since I've used standard.
Hey, we technically were using hit dice last one, but it's always one of those things like, it feels like it should be a con, but I never know.
Well, we used it mainly in the young monks.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our only way to heal.
Super real.
Die adds the character's con modifier to it.
Yep, okay, sweet. So 5. That puts me up.
You wasted even more. You wasted even more.
Only like 2 more.
Mm-hmm. I felt really good in only wasting 1. Arr. So I've got a spell slot back.
Got healed up.
Mm-hmm. Continue down the path, or do we want to make camp for the night? No, we've only been up for 9 hours. Never mind.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Do another 7 or 8.
Yeah, if at any point you want to try fighter testing or messing around with your sword, just let me know.
Mm-hmm. Just check its balance and stuff like that.
No, he'd rather have it failing in battle.
It's like, I like the idea of a melee thing, but I'm just not quite there yet. Caster.
I like the idea that you think that it's a melee weapon.
Oh, wait, I did hit it with it
Okay.
earlier. Did it do anything special
No.
damage-wise? Okay.
No,
I like the idea that you think of it as a melee weapon.
but it's a quill. It's mightier than a sword.
Yeah!
You throw those.
It's a balanced
Thinking
longsword.
No. The tyranny. You have a guy whose main weapon is a quill that he throws at people.
Does he make the joke?
No.
No. What kind of letdown is that?
It's implied. It's better if you don't say it.
Huh.
It relies on people knowing it.
I am mighty.
Yes. I focus on making my this cloak ostentatious.
Well, I will also...
You're able to do
I want some purple with like green speckles and some bright orange accents.
Gold trim.
I think tacky is what you're achieving.
Ostentatious.
I like the fact that he chooses the word that has his name in it.
As we're walking, I will try to, summon an eldritch bolt through the sword. Like using it as a casting focus.
And
Since I don't have that ability yet. That's why I'm trying. So it doesn't work. Okay.
And I'd say as we're approaching the Drow city, and like, if you want to ingratiate yourself with the locals, just put spiders on everything. They're really into that.
Okay.
You think you could do it?
Yeah. Put a big bright blue spider.
You basically Spider-Man your cloak.
Yeah, we're gonna use blue, green, and purple. So we're gonna make this really, really nice, cool colors.
Just
basically continuing on, making all of this pointless. You have
I'm
no
quietly disgusted at his cloak. Very quietly.
Are you just casually walking?
We're definitely not hustling.
Strutting.
Well,
I figured we just pizzazz hands our way across.
I was trying to figure out if you're doing anything else, if you're trying to map things, if you're trying to discern, if you're making any additional...
I'd
Well,
say we
haven't thought about that
carefully
yet.
ahead. Proceed carefully ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you're just...
It's like, I don't have cartography as one of my skills.
But yeah, if there's anything laying out that looks
Nothing
like,
obvious with your passive perceptions.
Okay.
then, yeah, just carefully making our way.
Expecting to get attacked again because everything's dark and wants to eat you.
I just
Yeah.
want to see if this leather bag monster is worth anything.
Oh, are you carrying it with you?
I said I was carrying it
Okay.
with me. And then you're like, wait, we're not done talking about awesome. I'm like, that doesn't affect what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking up whatever magic items I was giving y'all.
Yeah.
You didn't give us anything.
You already have a magic item.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You have a magic pipe. Which
Which
Ryan has not looked at.
Nope.
Hasn't seen in his magic vision yet, because you were off there dealing with the
Technically,
dead.
you know that there is a magical small thing in his back.
A magical what's it?
And it's like, yeah, whatever. Magic trinkets.
Every hour we cast light.
But otherwise, yeah, you get through to the evening with no
Further.
issues. Yeah.
When I sit down for the night, I will try to bond with the sword and meditate on it. Not like
Pets
on
it.
top of it, but
Pets it, loves it,
Just
strokes it.
Yeah, just cuddles. Careful of the sharp edges. now.
Writes in diary. With
What are you so you're meditating on. What are you trying to figure out? What are you?
right now I'm just trying to bond with it, feel its power inside. It's like, you told magic power. I don't have the magic to allow me to see that. So I'm just
I
trying
love
to
the
feel.
fact that this should work with the way I worded the item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just eyes closed, trying to feel out its power.
As you're bonding to it and you're meditating, sitting there with your eyes closed, you start to nod off.
And then you accidentally decapitate yourself.
No, that's how he bonds with the weapon. He goes into the dream plane.
Then I just put the super sticky blue stuff on his hands.
You mean his nostrils?
Not his hands. So he's bonded with the sword.
Ah.
You don't have that,
No, I don't.
thankfully. Although that
Come
does
on.
make me think of another item that I need to give Ryan to get in at some point in this campaign.
Just saying, super glue is awesome.
Yeah. So you're doing that early in your long rest. What? Any of you doing anything else during the rest before we?
Nope.
During the rest.
Nope, we're just waking up for the surprise attack.
Yeah. I guess I'll just study a bit.
No one takes watch.
Well, we haven't established that.
I know. At this point, it's like you haven't established. You are. Then the rest of you don't. You two do not travel.
Yeah.
In
his stories.
Most of his traveling, admittedly, has been with much larger groups. And
Caravans
you are
and
used to
stuff.
traveling solo.
I can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm taking watch.
You are the
waking
best
him
at
up
taking
every
watch.
hour. You just wake him up every hour and say, "Yeah, give me more light."
Keep me an ear open.
Especially if something starts happening. I must sound the alarm! Just a round of applause.
I'd probably start clashing axe and shield together.
Yeah,
That
well, we've
seems
seen
loud.
you do it.
And I just fall asleep in a pile of rocks someplace.
Minotaur comes.
About an hour, and most of them are mostly drifting off at this point. But you kind of get a faint, slightly feminine voice. Does just this forever.
Does
It
just
is
search for magical items
steady.
forever?
And answers like this. I'm glad you're listening.
Okay.
You're not creepy at all, sword lady.
Fair. I think it's a raven sword lady. And a dove, not flaming lady.
I don't judge their relationship.
Exactly. They seem to be fighty about it.
Hey, maybe that's just how they get along.
Mm-hmm.
And as you eventually do
Well,
become sleep,
Yeah.
you find them out in the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Just
sitting
in my dream, I was like,
in a
that's
field.
gonna be a bitch to get back up there.
doling out tons of magic items all over the. No. Sitting peacefully in the field among the top of a tree, and as you rise up to see from them, you see a silhouette of a very familiar village in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
They sit there in the tree calmly, and you drift to sleep again.
Nothing else. I feel my prophetic visions tell me the city is not burning it on fire since we've left. Always good news. Also, the birds aren't fighting.
Those 35 guards doing their job.
Uh-huh.
34. I quit.
True enough.
They know
It was almost 33, but that guy moved out of my way.
So,
Oh,
did I actually attune to the blade, or just...
It does not require attunement.
Ah, okay.
So where's his little piece of paper?
You're not going to be a piece of paper. What do y'all do? That required me to have a working printer. I have a not working printer.
Ah.
You should probably fire it. If it's not working, you shouldn't be paying for it.
That's actually the point. I'd have to pay for it. I'd have to pay for ink.
In my experience, that
Have you
means
tried
you need
killing
to
a
buy a
squid?
new printer.
that's my thing.
Have
Yeah.
you tried killing a squid?
They drop ink.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've not tried that.
Oh.
However, the rest of you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Some more groggy than others.
Mhm.
But a very peaceful and relaxing night.
No, we gotta burn it down.
Very peaceful.
Yeah, I didn't have to make any stat checks, only combat checks. My exhaustion.
Oh, yeah. The body checks. Yeah.
Got my one spell slot back. And full sorcery points.
Yeah.
Nothing for me changed. That is all.
Yeah, nothing.
I got back my spent hit die. Or I got back that.
That's true. That's true. Forgot about that. That's true. I do have 2 hit dice now.
And if you weren't full, you are now, but you weren't. We went over how we overspent.
But otherwise, if you just continue along the path, probably midway through the day here, still many hours out from the city, you start seeing signs of civilization.
There's a gas station.
Refuse?
The first
mushroom farms on the dunes.
Some of the first things that you really start seeing is, at the point where probably at a certain point, because occasionally there are paths that intersect with this. You're not pretty much walking along a straight single path from here to the river. But for the most part, you've known where to go. But there's a certain point where maybe one or two others join, and pretty shortly after, the terrain, like the actual path that you're walking, is all of a sudden it has been actively worked to be a smoother path. And some distance after that starts being occasional little inset lights in the wall, whether small, glowing bits of rock that have been made to glow, or insets with a flame that's sort of set into the wall that just seems to burn with no smoke.
Okay, well...
Dark vision means you want low light.
Anyway, say I go ahead and turn to the three of you, and he's like, we'll be approaching the city not too long. I wanted to give you guys kind of a basic primer on how to behave amongst the Drow.
And what are Drow?
And they're elves of the Underdark. They, are lorded over by their goddess, Lolith. The women are in charge. The men are treated badly, but they're still Drow citizens. Don't trust people down here. They're likely to poison and backstab you unless you can essentially get an ironclad deal with them. And yeah, mostly we just got to keep our heads down and be careful and only talk to people we really know.
That was it. Chaotic evil goddess in a lawful evil society, right? Chaotic evil?
Yeah.
Was that the Drow? Chaotic evil goddess? Lawful evil society?
Yeah, chaotic evil. It's her manufactured society, so they're like neutral evil because of that.
Do they have any taboos or anything like that we should know about?
Do I know a whole lot about that?
You're not. You know a lot more about specifics. You've probably been this far. You've probably not entered into the city itself. There are, that coming up there are some smaller outlying where there are small farms. There's a little sort of streamside fishing community a bit ahead, and that's sort of the area enough that you've probably seen the outer walls of the city. But with no strict reason needing you to go in there, you've basically met people that your contacts you've met out here. But so you've gone a little further than this, and you know some individual things.
Do people use gold down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold's still used.
You do know
Precious gemstones are also used, and depending on who you're talking to.
You do know that at least from one of the biggest things is that as far as laws seem a lot to do with also being caught.
Mm-hmm.
Getting away with a crime. Basically, one of the biggest instances you sort of notice in working with people because you had contacts through your legal work and sort of that difference. One of the biggest differences within the society is just the idea that they don't try to catch you. If you've gotten away with it, well, then you haven't broken any laws. There's no reason to investigate for that. So that's probably one of the biggest differences that you've noticed with the limited, basically being the exact opposite of your job is useless here. Oh, you don't need to figure that. No, they got away with it. Good for them.
I'd say whatever.
There would still be a lot of dirt getting and political backstabbing that an investigator could do.
And it's like, I wouldn't show up any allegiances to any of the factions down here, and I'd try to be ignored by Lolith and her service as much as possible, or show them deference if they kind of demand it of you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
How many days have we been going?
Since when?
Since we hit the Underdark.
Underdark.
Like a day and a half.
No, it's been more than that, because there was Cliffside Dream, Falling Dream,
And the last dream.
and
So,
so you had your fourth day. Checking out for rations.
Mhm.
Your dreams, by the way, for which I... literally, there is literally a mini cutscene for your character every evening. I don't know if you know that, but that's kind of one of the things I decided about the campaign. Some of them are useful.
With my contacts that I might have in the Drow City, would there be a way that I could, get in touch with them while I'm here outside of the city?
Without a pre-arranged meeting, you know that there are some that kind of come out to this area, but it would be the kind of thing you would need more. Either it would just be the kind of thing if you take time, it could be a few days, or
maybe there's like a business or some sort of residence that's on sort of the outskirts of the city that I could talk to somebody.
Yeah, there are places where you have met people, but I know that you can pass messages, but it's the kind of thing you're going to have to sort of arrange something, and you're not sure. So that would be basically your other option, is to
And it's like, well,
make an arrangement.
I'll go ahead and give you guys the lowdown, and it's either we can spend, maybe, depending on how quickly they can get to us, a couple of days, and I can talk to somebody that I actually know, or we could try to make it into the city in full and kind of be at our own wits.
And you know there are people that have done that.
And it's like it's possible, even if it would be the more dangerous option.
It will be the more dangerous, but I'm going to run out of food here within the night, so definitely want to go into town to buy, if nothing else, more rations. I have some gold on me.
One of the areas there is a small fishing little settlement, which...
Like, as long as you buy it from somebody who, you can test their product, then go ahead.
You think they'll buy Caldor's flappy thing?
That's mine.
Well, yes, but I assumed you wanted to sell
And
it.
it's like,
Also, name's not Caldor. Kalidan?
Calidan. I'm going with... I was close.
Kalidan, Erich,
Jimmy.
Why can't people have easy names?
Yeah, his name is Jimmy.
I never thought that was going to weird you out.
Jimmy boy.
It's Erich, or Erich, Henwick,
I even spelled
Kalidan,
my Erich with
and
a
Jimmy.
I spelled my Eric with a CH.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Eric's not all that off the beaten
No, it's
path.
got the CH in it.
But I'm always reading it, so Erich is just seems. Oh yeah, Erich. Yeah.
That makes it old-timey.
Yeah.
And therefore fantasy.
You're Jimmy.
Therefore fantasy.
Jimmy Recard.
Recard.
But otherwise, do you decide to try and ultimately at the point where you're arriving here, you're midday, and you know that you'll get, you can easily make your way at least into the little fishing community, which doesn't really have a proper inn. Best you'd be able to do there is, some of the people you've met with have been, basically paying individuals for a spare room, which isn't unheard of, but. It is a lot more of a personal interaction with a given individual that you don't know
Like
than
an
an inn.
Airbnb. Like an Airbnb.
Exactly. But you could probably make it into town around night.
And, well, I give you guys kind of the understanding of how long it would take and what we might have to do if we go over to the fishing part of the town.
I would vote for going to the town in the morning, but sleep outside. Then we can ask around for our associate. Your associate.
You could technically probably make your way into the village. We send a message and just sort of wait in the morning to see if they're there, or otherwise at least to let them know you're in the area.
And I'm like, well, we could sleep outside, but if we did that, it's possible that some patrol might come by and wake us up or try to shoo us away. But we could make it into the village, and then if we're sleeping, we might be able to catch my contact in the morning.
Okay.
Well, let's do that then.
Yeah.
So you want to go into the village and...
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Go on, and then we'll try to get in contact with one of my...
There's definitely, you can kind of sort of see this area where the village is. And it's basically a cross stream that there's an area that, as far as you can tell, has literally been carved out the stone to expose a stream that is coming from somewhere in parts. And basically it's like there are many bridges over the stream. But really there are many parts of the stream that have not been carved to expose it for fishing. But otherwise there seems to be some sort of water that's running under most of this area. Definitely with some sort of flow from somewhere probably above.
Very much a big lake up there that would be feeding it.
Very much a rural kind of area. And yeah, there's a couple houses you kind of probably have seen people, but not necessarily sure they'd remember you as an individual.
Right. I'll try to go to somebody who might know me best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you try to find someone that's out working for that, or do you just try to go to a house that you might have met near?
I'll go to the house of somebody that I'd probably know best.
Okay. Yeah, and you get a sort of a response on the door. Oh. That a one.
It's like, how do you do? Kind of unexpected trip I needed to take, and was wondering if you would be able to hold us up for the night. And it's like I need to get in contact with
Contact.
Yeah, my friend in the city, and need a place to stay. We showed up late, but it was kind of unplanned.
Well, I mean, I have nothing really ready.
And it's like, well,
we should kill this dude. I
How
don't trust him.
And it's like, how much for the inconvenience?
I hold out a floppy dead thing.
No, I just assume we didn't walk up with him yet.
Well, actually, that is a good point. Are you there obviously with him, or is this person, as far as they're aware, negotiating for a single individual?
Oh, I'm totally standing behind him.
Yeah, well, and it's like I figured people would be around, so he noticed me.
Okay. I was going to say, not have all the weird people right next to you when you knocked on the door, but we can deal with that.
And it's like, no, he'll need to know the head count.
Yeah. Head count and size of...
Offer him the floppy weird thingy.
Yeah, he kind of recoils at that.
I think we need to find a tannery first. I assume they have them.
I look up, I'm like,
For the group?
no sun.
I mean, it's like, we'd need, something that would be able to cover
I'm
up.
sure they have things down
Well,
here.
you have a spare room if you have bedrolls of your own. I can, of course, open up for the night for 5 gold.
And it's like, unless whatever you want to do, well, one of the two of you wanted to haggle with him.
Yeah, I'll haggle with him.
Does he speak not undercommon?
And it's like, well, what languages do you know? And see if he does, because I'm speaking in undercommon.
Well, I try to persuade him about how such good friends we're going to be, and I've got some great stories. As I just gibber at him in common, whether or not he understands that.
I get it.
I get a 21. Because really, we're going to be great friends. Me and him, specifically, we're going to get along.
And what language do you use
Common.
for the underground elf people?
The underground elf people?
Yeah.
Elvish.
Seems to understand you.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about how me and him are going to be great friends.
Half elf.
I got a 21 on persuasion.
Yeah, he'll do. If your friends are going to be taking up space as well, they'll still have to pay 4 gold. But.
You all know 4 gold.
A gold apiece?
I have
Technically
no money.
not the way you worded it.
You have no money.
Yeah, I have no money.
I hold out the thing again and go,
And I'm like,
He continues to recoil when you hold out the weird corpse thing.
I point at that. I'm like, whatever. I'll think about where we might be able to hand that
What
off.
about you?
For
Do you
some
plan on not paying either? Like,
Oh no, he needs you to pay. I'll be paying with my excellent stories and grand companionship. They're gold worth of such stories and companionship.
look at him. I play this. I could give us songs for the evening. Harmonica performance.
No! It's like,
You can have 2 silver off if you don't keep it put away.
I pull out 1 gold,
Okay.
hand it to him, just walk past him.
I'm gonna sleep over there. In the cave.
I'll offer to clean up the place for him if he'll take that.
He doesn't seem to like the idea of you poking around more than...
Oh, wait. I go over, put another gold in his hand, grab Ryan, and bring him in with me. Like, I forgot, I need him.
Wait, I'm the one who provides you light.
He's gonna help me find my uncle.
Technically, he just needs that. He doesn't really need to see. Someone just wants to lead him by the hand. That's...
I'm not a clever man.
I'll spend a gold and bring in our friend Jimmy.
We're still a gold short. But I'll pay for you.
No. I just try and shift that past him. He got a gold and got in. He took another gold, took him. I spend a gold and bring him in. I'm just gonna try and swift this one past him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, no, it's fine. You're like, the only thing is fine. Don't worry about it.
And they start asking for price reductions, and they change money to different hands.
They kept offering me this corpse!
Yes. That's the whole point. I fast talk our way in. We have a great time.
You have a little bit of time, but you're pretty much given a spare room that has a bed and enough floor room that you can set up more bedrolls.
I lie down on bed.
Of course you do.
I take up the pillowcase slot.
But we will pick up there next time. Hopefully you got to see all of that, otherwise, well, blame the storm.
Are you gonna do a cool storm animation for the split between the two?
Only if I'm having to really cut out a bunch of things because it did terrible
Maybe a
things.
starfade.
Yeah, a starfade?
There is no starfades! No such starfade! Thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Thing is a lightning
Bye.
fade. How much experience we get?
No,
sorry.
You actually have to look that up now. don't you?
Yeah, that's...
we totally killed that dude.
Yeah, you killed, like, a really big thing. Like you shouldn't have. Like, I accidentally put you up against the CR.
Let's see who
Hey,
says
Was that CR8?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the full amount, because I also cut off a bunch of its abilities once I realized.
Oh, I'm willing to accept that.
I was like... Okay, you can't do any of these things at the bottom of this.
And who says I'm not a bard? I can sell my stories and then also get a gold discount because
Or
I'm fast
music.
talking. Because I'm fast talking.
Let's give you
To be
each,
fair, that was like 7.
each like 500 experience. Okay, so they each get 500 experience
Alright, so 100 away.
for killing the weakened cloaker.
The lesser cloaker.
Yeah. And now, thank you for joining us, and see you next time. Bye.